Let's talk first about the India tariffs, which went up to 50% today. It's important to understand that the rationale for the India tariffs are very different from the reciprocal tariffs. This was a pure national security issue associated with India's abject refusal to stop buying Russia oil. And the math of this, every American needs to understand, because it's related to the trade situation. You start with the fact that India is the Maharaja of tariffs. It's the highest tariffs in the world, charging on American products, and it's got high non-tariff barriers, so we can't get our products in. So we send a lot of dollars overseas to India to buy their products in an unfair trade environment. India then uses American dollars to buy Russian oil. Russia then uses those American dollars that come from India to finance its armaments to kill Ukrainians. And then American taxpayers are then called upon to pay for the weapons that have to defend Ukraine against Russian armaments paid for by American dollars that came from India. That's got to stop. That math doesn't work. The president understands the connection between economic security and national security, so that was the bottom line there. Second thing, totally unrelated, I want to talk just briefly and make one point about the Russia hoax, because
Can I ask you about the India tariffs first before you do that?
Yeah, sure.
On that front, if that's the rationale, China buys more Russian oil than India does, and they have not been targeted for that. So why is India having its tariffs doubled?
As the boss says, let's see what happens. Keep in mind that we have over 50% tariffs on China already. Okay.
Right, but you could
We
go
have-
higher, but they haven't been punished for buying
We
Russian oil. India's
we
been
have
punished for
over
that.
50% tariffs
But
on
not because
China,
of
so we don't
buying
want to get
Russian
to a
oil.
point where we actually hurt ourselves. Okay,
But
so
do you see what people are
that
being
question,
confused by that?
and I think I've given a really good answer to that. We've got tariffs of 50%, and we already have high tariffs on China. So I take your point. The president certainly will be working with China on that issue. Okay.
And just on that as well, the president mentioned the money that India makes selling those oil products on the international
Correct.
market. Australia, where I'm from, buys a fair bit
Yes.
From India. Has the
Yes.
administration got its eye on countries that are then buying
Yeah,
that
we're
product from India?
looking at that all. It's got to stop. I mean, again, think about what I just told you. It's like American dollars buy Indian products, and that sets in motion where those dollars finance a war, which then requires American taxpayers to pay for defending against the Russian armaments. So that kind of trade doesn't work. Okay, that just doesn't work. Now let me just really shift gears radically, because I want to talk a little bit about the Russia hoax, the Grassley oil report, and the Durham Annex, which came out last week. I had been working with Senator Grassley's office. I got to give him three cheers, because he's been working relentlessly to get out the information about the Russia hoax. And here's what I want to say. I went to prison, as did Steve Bannon, for defending the Constitution. But there isn't a single person associated with the Russia hoax that's been held accountable. And the list is a long one. It goes Obama, Clinton, FBI Director Comey and other people worked there, like Page and Strzok. It involved the intelligence community and Brennan and Clapper. And the importance of the Durham Annex, the importance of the Durham Annex is that ties it all together and brings also in George Soros and his son Alex and the Open Society Foundation. And this is the most sophisticated political scandal that's ever been engineered. No one's been held accountable. Good for Attorney General Pam Bondi for pursuing that. And the most important thing I can tell you, if people are not held accountable for the Russia hoax, they will do it again. If people are not held accountable, they will do it again, and that's what I'm most concerned about. Okay?
Do you believe a secondary sanction still going in place tomorrow? What's the latest decision on that? We had heard yes, but then there was some confusion.
Go and check.
And
So
just
it's
to,
TBD right now?
I've
you're
had
not sure?
I've had to say what I've had to say. What I do, Caitlin, is I think you know this. I never get ahead of the boss. What I try to do is when news is done, then I'll come out and tell you what I think it means.
So not clear if the potential
I
changes that.
asked and answered.
and
Okay,
just
thanks
to
for
clarify
your
your
patience.
previous answer, you would like countries that are buying refined oil
I didn't
products from
say
India
that.
to
I
stop.
didn't say that. You asked me a question whether we were looking at the chessboard. I can assure you we are. Okay? Thanks for being civil today. I appreciate it.
We're civil every day.
Except the ones that ended Y. Just kidding.